Today I'll be showing off the first ever look at the layout of Starbright University of Magic. Before I begin, let me show you the status of map development using this chart. We are currently working on this, the rough white box. When it comes to just the school itself, it's about 90% finished in this phase. The first public release of this map will be somewhere between these two phases, so a pre-alpha release. It will likely be using very few rudimentary models and textures. Because this map is still very early in development, there are currently no models, textures, or lighting. All lighting and textures seen in this video are just for the sake of the video to make things easier to see, and are not what I have planned for the future. These temporary lights cause visual bugs and weird shadows. Again, they're just to make things easier to see in this video. Also, many things seen here will eventually become high-quality models. For example, a column right now may look like this, but will eventually look something like this. Furthermore, many rooms and areas are empty at the moment. Some of these already have concept art worked out for them. Others, such as some of the classrooms, are going to stay empty in the first public release. So without further delay, I'll start out the tour of the school at the main entrance. Moving through this entrance hall and past the water feature brings us to what is currently called the foyer, a large connecting room that leads to two of the classrooms and the courtyard. Moving to the courtyard, we see the library tower and the arcade. The arcade is the area in front of and below the library itself, and is the part of the school that most players will enter from. Players typically spawn in their respective dorms, and each of the three hallways here will lead to one of the elemental dorm towers, containing 2 dorms each, for a total of 6 dorms. The towers are water, fire, and earth. Only the water elemental tower is currently completed. The dorms themselves will also remain empty rooms for the first map release. Now we'll go upstairs and take a quick look at the library, which is currently empty inside. The library has 2 floors and will eventually be filled with bookshelves. Leaving the library, we will come back to the arcade area and head to the right to see the first and most detailed classroom, the theater. On the opposite side is the second classroom, the forum, which is not currently detailed. From here we'll head to the other classrooms, both of which are also not detailed. Heading there via this upper level, we will see the northern clock tower wall exit. Going downstairs now into the concourse, which is another connecting room with the northern ground floor exit and the classroom known as the study to the east. From the study, we'll head to the fourth classroom, known as the workshop, going back through the foyer we saw at the beginning of the tour. Leaving the workshop, we enter into the middle passageway. This is the largest connecting area with 2 exits to the courtyard, an exit to the upper arcade level, the Undercroft, and the Plaza. Going up the large stairs to the south, we will enter into the Plaza. Continuing south, we will enter into the Ansible Chamber. The Ansible is a piece of magical technology that allows traversal between different planes. The entire tower above this chamber is the Ansible itself. The chamber is not yet detailed. Moving east, we enter into what is currently called the water lift. Think of this as a magical elevator. You can jump down to quickly head into the Undercroft, but we will continue east and head up the stairs into the Planetarium. The box surrounding this area will be a space skybox texture just like in my Hogwarts SBS map. Back to the lift, taking the northern exit, we head into a passageway that heads back into the Plaza. There's also an exit into the grotto to the east. The grotto is a network of caves under the school, one of which leads to the greenhouse. Back at the water lift, I'll jump down into the Undercroft. To get back up, you simply walk into this recessed area and you'll be lifted up. The first area we'll look at in the Undercroft is the laboratory, another large unfinished classroom. Going up these stairs to the north, we'll see the area where bad players are sent for a timeout. The area to the left goes back into the middle passageway. To the right, we enter more of the Undercroft's tunnels. Heading right again, the tunnel leads to a secondary ground floor exit in the side of the mountain. Going back through this tunnel, if we continue up these stairs the opposite direction, we enter another area that connects back into the middle passageway. But going west, we can enter into the baths. This is easily one of the coolest areas in the map, and will feature one of the 9 or more waterfalls this map will have. And yes, you can jump into the pool from the Plaza area. The final area I haven't shown yet is on the exact opposite side of the courtyard, underneath the clock tower. This is another unfinished room, currently planned to house the space for the celestial forces. Heading out of this room, we can proceed up the spiral staircase. To the right is an area we're currently calling the smoking area. Continuing on, this of course heads back into the upper level of the arcade, and finishes out the tour of the school. I hope you enjoyed this early look at the map. Many areas remain undetailed, and will till at least the beta phase, which should be done in about, 6 years give or take. Anyway, the plan is to release the map in a pre-alpha state, so that we can really tune things to work perfectly for the gameplay of the Galaxy of Magic server. The pre-alpha version will probably be on par or slightly nicer looking than the current Forgotten School map. Make sure you subscribe and rate 5 stars, because hopefully, if I'm not deathly ill still, I'll be back next week with an epic Christmas video.